Greetings. Welcome to the big dog. He's looking down, but welcome everybody to episode 17.
Sorry.
Focus, man. Focus. In the room.
You normally welcome me. He's like, yeah, boom, that's that.
I decided to bring us straight out, mate. How the devil are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Very well. Yeah, it's been a long winter, and suddenly in just over 2 weeks' time, we'll be racing again. So it's good. I've got to see if the old race suit fits. I might have to put some put a bit in the front for that. But yeah, no, it's good. You know, things are going well for the club at the moment. I'm pleased. We're cooking on gas again. So
no, that's good. I mean, I'm chuffed as well because I got it confirmed today. I always double check because over the winter it's kind of mad, but I am definitely part of the commentary team for the Donington Park weekend, so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, brilliant.
So I shall see you guys kicking off, and it's Donington Park, isn't it? 2 days, or is it 22nd, 23rd of March?
Yeah.
And it's a bumper timetable, isn't it? With everything that's on over the weekend, as well as Classic Touring Car Racing Club. Yeah,
there's a lot going on. TCR are there. I think Civic Cup, the MGs, the Caterhams, it's everybody and everything from the Park back catalogue will be there. And let's just hope it's nice and sunny this time. Last year it was nice on the Sunday, wasn't it? But on the Saturday it rained. Was that during the brick car race? I don't remember. But anyway,
I can't remember. Hey, listen, there was still nothing compared to the rain at Cadwell Park, so it's fine.
No, yeah, that was
bad.
Four horsemen of the apocalypse going to turn up at some point, but yeah,
it was a bit. But listen, everybody watching, don't forget comments, questions, everything that they can come in. It'll be great to make you part of this show. Number of things that we're going to be covering today. We're going to just touch on the entries and the grids for Donington Park. We're going to talk about the calendar that is this year. We've got some new coordinators for some of the championships.
Sure.
And we're going to touch on that. We've got some very exciting sponsorship news. So we got a few new ones for some of the championships, I believe. But I'm just going to tease this one for now, Stuart, is that we've got sat in the wings, patiently waiting. I can see him sat there waiting, is Byron Aldous, because there's a new whole championship title sponsor, isn't there? Don't mention it because he's going to have the honour of doing that. But it's really exciting.
There is. It's very exciting for the club. You know, Byron's done a fantastic job. I asked him for some help probably just after Christmas, if I'm honest. So he manages all the sponsorship now for the club. As it's getting bigger, we need more help from people. It's just how it is, and he's been doing an absolutely fantastic job. So I'm going to leave him to announce everything and tell everybody what's going on. And we won't steal his thunder, so we'll move on from there. But it is quite something. So we're very, very looking forward to it.
It is. It's definitely worth listening for that part because I was let in on the secret literally just before we came on air, and it's like, wow, that's really, really cool. Quite a lot of fun. I love the loving between you two as well because you're crediting Byron, Byron's crediting you. I mean, someone in the middle's done something. That's the main thing.
There's always love in the club, you know that.
Absolutely. That's why I enjoy it, mate. A few comments coming in. Chris Collins says, good evening, gents. Hope you're both well. Can't wait for Donington. Cracking Bark event scheduled. Evening,
Thanks,
Chris. Be good to see you there. Stuart, bonjour, all. Have a good show. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated.
We should add, right, that Stuart was going to join us tonight and he's skiing at the moment, which is why he popped up with his little bonjour.
Oh, okay. That makes
I've had
sense.
photographs today, but yes, he's skiing.
Well, I tell you what, let's do this out of order then, because his comment's there, and hopefully that means he'll just stay watching for a moment before he goes onto his après ski and then can't see anything for love nor money. I mentioned about the. In fact, I think I forgot to say one of the other things is that as well as some of the championship's new sponsors, there's a few new coordinators, and pre-93.
Pre-93, yeah, pre-93. James Dunkley was looking after it, and he's stepped down because he's racing, as some of you might have seen on social media. So he's racing pre-83, and I spoke to Stuart. Stuart had actually expressed he'd offered some help, to be honest with you, a year or so ago, and it was the right time. I asked him, and he's now the new coordinator of the pre-93 championship and doing a sterling job as it is. So thank you.
Again, something else that says a lot about this, the whole club, isn't it? That there's multiple people that do step up and get involved in this, looking after it. I think it's kind of almost like a vortex, isn't it? Once you're in and you enjoy it,
we've got them. That's it.
Exactly, it is.
Yeah. No, look, it is so many good people that help. Lynn popped up a moment ago. You know, Lynn's running around helping Sonia and everybody else in the paddock. There is an army of people. Is Steve Cripps doing the points, and people that don't ever get credit for what they do. But there's a lot of people that make this thing move along, and they all do it for nothing. So and thank you from me and from everybody.
100%. So as you rightly said, Lynn Bates, good evening, Chris and Stuart. Evening, Lynn. Good to hear from you. It was lovely to see you at the awards, and I look forward to seeing you at Donington Park. Cable Time Motorsport, good evening both. Looking forward to the show. Welcome.
Thanks very much.
I believe you got it on the notes that another coordinator has also messaged in. Ricky Can says, good evening all. Really looking forward to Donny. Did I see his name pop up?
Ricky is on Byron's list, but no, we've got pre-66 coordinator Paul Cooper stood down. Paul was run the pre-66 championship for a number of years and done a fantastic job, but he sadly sold his racing car now and retired from racing, and he said, I'm not going to be around as much, so could you, can I step down? So yeah, we spoke to Brendan Rooney, and he's well up for it. I mean, you met him at the awards dinner after hours, so very keen. A good guy, and I'm going to say it like this, but it's a bit of young blood in the club as well. It doesn't hurt.
Very passionate. He was very passionate the whole of that drunken conversation after hours, but he was very passionate about the club and the racing and everything.
Yeah. Exactly, and that's why I asked him, to be honest with you. He offered up some help, and I think he's the right choice to drive pre-66 forward, because a lot of new members in pre-66 this year. That's probably I'd expect that to be the busiest grid this year, if I'm honest. Just the sheer amount of people. Yeah, he's the right person in the right place at the right time. So yeah, thank you.
He's a character as well. Evening, Brendan, and presumably that B. Rooney is Brendan Rooney. There's message right there.
He was meant to come on, and he didn't have a webcam, so he didn't come on. So we do it for next time. We'll bring him on now.
Yeah, there's no getting out of it, mate.
No.
Byron tried to get out of it, but he's still here. There's no running off, Byron. But yes, sorry, going back to it then, I understand now that, yes, he's on Byron's list of the conversation we'll have there. We'll speak about that in a bit. So evening, Ricky, good to see from you, mate. And it looked like the Aston's going well, so keep up that great work. Jamie Peters Ennis, evening, folks. Really looking forward to a very busy 2025 season. It's going to be amazing. You're not wrong, mate. Steve Jackman, the top.
No, they're all coming out. They're all coming out of the woodwork tonight, and
it's like they're all ready to go racing, isn't it, mate? They're all ready to go. Yeah. Hi, peeps. Bring on 2025, says Steve. Hello. Good to hear from Sam Blaster Tyson. Good evening, Big Dog and Sir Dorsey. Evening to you, mate. And Neil Ashcroft says, evening all.
Hello,
evening
Neil.
To you, mate. Evening to you. So, just quickly then, finishing off this one about the conversations about coordinators. So, Stuart's doing the pre-93. Brendan Rooney's doing the pre-66 championship. Any other changes to coordinators?
No, not at this point in time. No, there's no additional changes there.
Okay. Fine, just making sure that I've got that all in order so we know all about that. What did Ricky saying? I think we are all on a green flag lap. Yeah, proper ready for the racing. Yeah, they are getting excited for it. Good to see that. Before I go on to very quickly talking about the Donington entry and grids, and then I'm going to bring Byron out after that, and we can start talking about the sponsors. Remember, exciting club championship club sponsor. There was a discussion about the calendar.
Yeah, so there's a couple of people that did a dance mentioned about the double Brands Hatch rounds, and I just want to address that really, because I think at the time what people didn't realise was that when you do the calendars, they're like a moving target, and a target you have no idea where it's going to land. So what would happen is we wanted to do an Autumn Park round in May. There was an opportunity to do an Autumn Park round, and we'd already penciled in that if the Autumn Park round, that round didn't happen, we would go to Brands Hatch at Easter to cover it, or so we had somewhere to go. Because if you say you have to pencil it in very early, because if you don't, then the caterers will have it, or whoever have it, because there's some big championships have embarked now. And as it was, the timing worked out. We ended up having a double Brands, because obviously we've got Super Tour Power, and it's a shame because although Brands will sell out without even thinking about it, you don't want to keep going to the same places over and over again, and you do want to cater for people who are further up the country as well. So obviously we're starting off at Donington. To me that's in the north. A lot of people it isn't. But certainly next year we're already in talks with Croft about putting on a meeting, which will be sort of a retro type show. So there's conversations, but it just didn't work out this year, and it's a bit of a shame, if I'm honest with you, because there are some great circuits out there that we should be visiting, and we can't. Also, as well as you know from the conversations, is they're often poorly supported, and we often lose a lot of money. Even at Thruxton last year, we didn't need 4 grids. We had 3. We could have took 3 grids, and we ended up with that all-comers race, which was a bit of a flop anyway. And we lost money there. We can't keep losing money, because without money there is no club. So yeah, difficult decisions with the calendar. But it is what it is. We're on with the trucks at Easter. It's always a great meeting. Always lots of people there, lots of interest in the cars. I know we are back for Super Tour Power, but as I said, this is the last Super Tour Power in its current state, and so next year we won't be doing that, and it certainly won't be on the Grand Prix, because that's being used for another event that isn't part of us. But more news on that over the winter. So I would just tell everyone to just enjoy it, please. Just it is what it is. It's not really. It was kind of out of our hands. I think it was out of our hands, and not a situation we kind of really wanted, if I'm honest. But we are where we are with it. So
yeah, and I can speak from experience, because obviously I see it several sides where I'm on the board for the Castle Combe Racing Club, which is a lot easier than the full national setup. But seeing how they're trying to sort of piece everything together, with championships needing this, like for example, we were, you were keen to come to Combe wanted you,
I was
but
trying to get a Combe, yeah.
But there wasn't a 2-day slot available with everything else that needed, but then where obviously I commentate every weekend pretty much somewhere, I've seen how this jigsaw puzzle somehow is put together and then changes, because you've got a hierarchy, haven't you, of like let's say F1 and superbikes and MotoGP, then you got British touring cars and whatever else, and if they suddenly move because one above them's moved, then everything below them moves. And somehow where it's put together, I mean, it's hard enough just even from my angle, and I do not envy you guys trying to put it all together, and sometimes it isn't a perfect fit, but it works.
Yeah, it is. you know, as you know, the reason we had to take the MSV, you know, Joe was at MSV was kind enough to sell us the Snetterton meeting because we had a Bark Snetterton meeting booked, and we were the only people that were on that race meeting, so they cancelled the whole meeting.
Right.
That was actually it was just cancelled like on a Wednesday afternoon. They just went, "I'm really sorry, we're not doing it now." And I'm like, "Well, what? So we've got Super Tour of Power, and then we're not racing until October or whatever." It's just bananas, but that's how it is. It's just this weird moving target. And as Barker said to us in the past, the problem we have is we're a big small club, so we always take 3, 4, maybe 5 grids, but not both days. And so you've got to fit everybody in around it.
Yeah.
Here's what it is. We are where we are with it. We won't be doing double brands again next year. But the meetings that are at Brands Hatch are flipping awesome. So
they are. Trucks meeting, Trucks meeting's going to be good. Super Tour is kind of its standalone thing, and as you say, you know, a bit of a gap next year, or potentially ever for the Super Tourer. Just one thing, final comment. I'll pick up on it because I overheard someone saying that there was a third in November. That's not a championship round. That's like a Brucey bonus, all comers thing.
We haven't paid for it. So what it was Bark had some time. It's on the brick car into the night meeting, and Bark had some time, and they were either going to sell it as a Bark all comers race, or Mark Turner spoke to me and said, "Look, would you like this as a you like to do your all comers fun race at the end of the meeting? You can use this bit of time," and so we did. And that was it. That's all we did. So.
And it's not a championship one. It is purely fun.
No, it's not. It's in November. It's going to be cold.
Yeah, exactly. So that doesn't count.
Yeah, but the last time we did the all-comers race, sort of into the night. In fact, it was a bit more into the dusk, if I'm honest. But there we are. Anton won. We do it as a handicap. We always do. There was Jazz and Lucky racing, and we did it as a handicap, and he won in his Mark III Escort. So. It's a great little way to end the season, enjoy it. You haven't got to come, but we'd like you to.
No, absolutely, it is a bit of fun. So, okay, thank you for addressing that one, Big Dog. That's cool. Gary Fletcher says, "Even and all, blagged my way through the medical, and license has turned up. See you at Donington."
My license hasn't turned up, but yeah.
Oh God, that's very. You better get that chased through. Neil Ashcroft says that he loves Croft.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It was brilliant.
It's in his name. He's gonna love it.
Yeah, I know. It's one of the. I loved it. You know what? I've been at a couple of times in the last few years, and it's one of them circuits. It's just you never get a minute to calm down. Sometimes with some of these bigger circuits, you get a minute to check the dials and pull your seat belts, or just I don't know, whatever you're doing, think about what you're having for your tea. Yeah. But you've got no time there at all. I love it. It's brilliant. So they came forward. Bark obviously is a Bark circuit. I have a relationship with Bark, and they were talking about putting some stuff on next year. So we'll see what that materializes into.
Awesome, love it. Chris Collier's asked the question: "Can you please confirm what events pre-2013 are running at?"
I meant to run everything, to be honest with you, but there's not many cars that have signed up for it yet. So okay. I don't know. Well, so they'll run at every single race meeting, but we just have to build it up as it goes along. It was initially quite quite an influx of interest, but there was a few issues around the wording of some of our adverts that implied that we could use cars that were, so we couldn't. A bit like the TCR situation. So we pulled that advert and kind of parked it where it is, but it's all still there. It's all still being used. The regulations are all there. I just got to get behind it and think about a better way of framing it, because it was for the cars that weren't eligible for Super Tour of Power that had expressed an interest in coming to race with us with the turbocharged cars. But there you are.
Watch this space, but yes, hopefully we'll see some of them out at least. Steve Jackman says, "See you all at Donington. Let's hope it's dry." Cable Time Motorsport says, "Every circuit is north from Cornwall." Fair comment. It really is.
Yeah.
Tom Davis, evening all, looking forward to the season. Good to hear from you, Tom. Melvin Hooker says, hi,
Here he is.
I've just entered Donington.
He has as well. Look, I've got the entry list up on the other screen. I'll check it, make sure.
He's on the list
there you
now.
go. He's on it. Yeah, he's on it. Yeah.
Good man.
There you
Good
go.
man.
Historic Thunder. Have that.
I look forward to seeing you there, mate. Blue Oval 10D says, evening chaps, looking forward to Donington Park. Can't wait to get back out on track.
He's the reigning champion there. So, yeah.
I was about to say, I thought I recognised that.
Yeah, he's got his championship to defend.
Of course, yes. Good man, good man. Melvin Hooker says he's entered, but the car's not finished.
That's right. I've not got my race suit on yet, so yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here when I said it, and I said I'm really concerned because we moved house. I'm worried that my license has gone to my old house, but we'll worry about that another day.
Of course,
it's all right, don't know. Yeah,
they don't know where your new castle is, do they?
Fast track, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Melvin says it's fine. It's a kick up his jacksie to get it sorted. Now he's entered. He's got to now. See, that's what I like to hear. Okay.
Let's get Byron on.
Let's get him on. Right. So. You know this guy, he's one of you, and he has been helping out on the sponsorship side, and we're going to touch on first of all some championship sponsors, and then we're going to have this big announcement of the new title sponsor for the club. Let's bring him out. Evening, Byron.
Hello, evening chaps, how are you?
How are you doing?
Very good. I got to say, I've got to admit something. You always bring me out in a cold sweat because I always go to say Brian instead of Byron live while commentating, and I'm sure I have done lots of times, and I apologise.
I was going to mention that. I don't know if you remember my wife accosted you in the Kentigan.
Yes.
I know. My wife did the same because he was doing my name wrong as well.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Murray Walker made a living out of this, okay? So I'm allowed to make those mistakes like he did. The problem is that everything happens so quick when we're up there that you kind of just like go bang and then look away. And I don't think I'd ever clocked the Y and the R the other way around. So humble apologies, Byron, but I've got there at last.
No, it's all good. And you wish me a happy birthday on the Sunday, I think it was. Yeah, so that was very cool.
That's wicked. I love it as well. Did you know this, Big Dog, that Byron admitted when we were chatting on air before you joined us that he's actually watched every episode of Classic Touring Car Racing Club TV?
Really?
I'm impressed with that.
Yeah, I reckon I have. Yeah.
Much appreciated.
No, thank you.
They're brilliant. They're just a superb sort of queuing up to the weekend, to the race weekend. Nice little build up. Good little bit of intel. Yeah, all good.
And for me, go on, Stu.
It shocks me when people do say things like, people you wouldn't expect watch this and then go, oh, do you know what? I saw that and was it right? You and Chris were explaining this and this happened, and you go, oh, right, okay, because it sits on YouTube forever. You just go on there and you can catch up with it, and they sit there forever and ever, the episodes. So yeah, it does seem to work.
Apart from we got to watch what we say, that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't know.
Yeah, and there's always the evidence of just how much gin I drink as well. So
you slurs by about 9 o'clock, don't you? I've got squash tonight. We're on the squash.
Your Honour.
Yeah, I've got the sparkling water.
Oh, jeez. Well, I'll pretend mine's sparkling water as well then. So, Byron, you've been busy with sponsorship, which you and I need to speak because obviously I need to update this behind us here with the sponsors, and we'll liaise after that to make sure I've got all the right logos. So, first of all, I think we're talking about the championship sponsors.
Yeah. So I've got a few to thank that have agreed to sponsor the three of the series title sponsors. So first of all, sponsoring pre 93 is going to be Jonathan Olive Cooper with his Track Hub brand. So the Track Day booking and management app. So they're sponsoring pre 93. So we'll have some new decals coming soon for the for the top of the windscreen. Well, we have with all of these actually, of course. Then we need to thank Piers Grange at PRG Trailers. He has agreed to sponsor the Classic Thunders. So that's really great news. And also Ricky Can for Historic Thunders. Those guys have all agreed to be title sponsors for those series, replacing obviously the guys that were with us for a few years previously. But that's just really good news for the club. It really bolsters the well, the money's in the coffers. So yeah, that's really solid news.
Yeah, because they are vital. They're not to be underestimated, just how important they are. And I'm guessing things like the trophies and the caps and the laurels and all that sort of stuff, it's absolutely vital with these sponsors.
Yeah, and it's what's really important. These are all members of our club. They're all racers, and it's certainly what I found just offering to help Stuart out, and God knows how he's doing that in addition to what he does day to day. But speaking to so many people, trying to engage, trying to just get a little bite. So when people come along and offer from the club, it's just incredible. Really, really amazing support. So yeah, thanks to everybody.
Yeah, I do love it that it's the driver, Stu. Is it just, again, it goes back to the comment I keep saying on air and to you off air, is that the camaraderie, the spirit, the love in the club is just second to none, isn't it?
It is, and thank you to those that have come forward and existing sponsors that we have as well that have stayed with us for many years. It's the club wouldn't run without them. It's as simple as that. We always run on a shoestring anyway to try and keep it all going. And as I said, always say everybody's a volunteer and everyone's just trying to make it happen. But yeah, things do cost money. And trophies and stuff, everything's getting more expensive, and we're trying our hardest to keep the prices down and make it affordable for people. And the sponsors really go a long way to helping that. So thank you from all of us in the committee, and I'm sure from all the drivers as well. Thank you, everyone.
No, 100%. I mean, it is a sort of a change in landscape. I mean, I heard, I won't go into it because this isn't a witch hunt, but just as a statistic, is that someone was saying that Knock Hill have just put up their testing figures by something like 20-something%. The cost to go testing or to have the circuit for testing is now 20% or 20-odd% higher. And they're not doing that for the love of it. They're doing it because their costs have gone up, and that's the whole point, isn't it? And so, absolutely, the sponsors are what keep the everything turning. So, I always try to make sure I thank people, not just at the meets when I'm commentating, but you'll know this, Stu, is that when it's the awards, I try to make sure that I'm mentioning the sponsors of the championships. They're in the title of that championship, aren't they?
Exactly. It's critical that we have them to look after us. It's also critical that we look after them as well. And you don't get a huge amount back for your money, but you do get, the cars are everywhere on social media, the adverts, you saw the videos and this, we're everywhere. And, we try and do as much as we possibly can for the sponsors to keep them engaged and staying with the club.
So that's the championship sponsors, and we've been teasing the fact that there's an announcement this evening about an overall. And I don't know who this first question is to. Maybe it's to Stuart, but only because Stu knows everything that's going on historically. Has there ever been a title sponsor for the whole club?
Yeah, so we do have some sponsors in there. So I should add, we do have a couple, lap engineering, a Gulf Oil as well.
Of course, yeah.
And this company's obviously joining with those. But yes, it's a great thing. So I'll let Byron tell everybody.
Yeah, I was getting too excited about it then. Unsurprisingly, that's what I do for a living. But Byron, this is quite cool, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a name that we're all familiar with, and a brand that will slot quite nicely into our racing family. So yeah, our new club sponsor for 2025 is Sky Electrics, and they're going to be sponsoring the club as a whole. So they're the official club sponsor, and their brand is going to be on nearly all of the cars that they can be on, front and rear on the number plate spot. And also we're going to do something a little bit different. They've asked, actually, they engaged with us to place the period logos where we can on the period cars. So they've asked for the pre-66 to have the 60s logo, the pre-83s to have the 70s logo, 93s to have the 80s logo, and so on. So yeah, there's a real nice kind of synergy and engagement there.
That just sounds so cool. I could actually picture that now, where you've got the logos through the eras. I mean, I love the fact that just adds some artistic flair to it as well.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. And when you see those logos, they just, for me especially, the 80s version in yellow with the kind of glint that was the little reflection on the logo. Yeah, they're just iconic, and they're brands with it's a brand, sorry, that's been with us, all of us, since we were kids. So yeah, it's great fun as well. A great fun brand to be involved with.
It really is, and I get the impression that it's kind of keep their eyes peeled, because their creativity may continue into other things over the course of the year.
I hope so. I hope we can push them for some little giveaways and some prizes and things like that. So let's see.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, Stu, that just is dead cool. And I know that Byron was at pains to let me know that you kind of had conversations with these guys historically, and Byron sort of carried it on and done what you couldn't do. No, I'm only joking, Stu.
No, he did. He did. Do you know what? And look, you can see my little collection behind me, anyway. But yes, I can get it to happen, and Byron did. So all credit to him. I've always felt that they fitted perfectly with a brand. Our brands are together, but more importantly, I think we, as a club, we're all about people going to watch racing and remembering things. Like Sky Electrics at the moment, a lot of their stuff is that, I've got a set here. You got a set because you had it as a kid. We all started off with that sort of thing, with a Sky Electric set at Christmas or whatever. And that's kind of the thing that gets you hooked into cars, and then you go on to this and you go karts or whatever. But that's the initial thing you get. It's a nice way to put it, but it's that hit, that memory about racing. So
we've all nearly all of us have got a Sky Electrics story or an association. I had to look up the one that I had as a kid, which was the one of the rally stages. It was a pair of Escorts with the headlights lit up, and long time ago.
Yeah, they're amazing.
And I know that I've got a Sky Electric set upstairs. Other things over the years, you've kind of gone, right, because I've got a daughter and she was never interested in it. And so I could have gone, right, let's get rid of that, whether it's sell it or charity shop or whatever. And it's like, no, I'm going to keep that. that's staying. And I think I even got a crossover time. I don't know if you remember this. I don't know whether they still do it, where it got clever with tech, and you could actually lap timing, and it connects your laptop to it, and there was all sorts of, you would actually have this racing going on, and it was lap scoring and everything, and they're just epic. I think I've got the GT3 Porsches, or GT4 Porsches probably.
The flash one, didn't you? You see, we didn't have the flash ones.
Absolutely. Just quickly is Mr. Ashcroft says, that's great news, Byron. Sky Electric is a great fit, and that's great to see as well. Mark Reeves says, hi guys, so looking forward to this year's racing, plus meeting Stuart at Brands Hatch in his very special Super Tourer Cavalier.
Thanks very much, Mark.
I did see that launch, so that's good. I mean, absolutely brilliant, Byron. Congratulations on getting that over the line, and it's great to see that it does, both as a racer as well as someone who's put the effort in. Is that it means a lot to you to have created that relationship.
Yeah, it does. It does, and I really like the engaging with those companies and just hooking the whole thing together. That I felt like that's something I might be able to offer the club and take a little bit of work away from Stuart. So yeah, I'm really happy about that, and I'm hopeful that they'll get a lot from it as well and engage with us. So yeah, it looks very positive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant.
I'm assuming it's to do with Scale Electric. He says, I do expect to see positive traction in the regs this year now.
Showing your age there, Neil.
Is that something to do with Scale Electric then, presumably?
Yeah.
It's got to be in the regs, definitely. I agree. Byron, is there is that the 2025 sponsor landscape taken care of for the club this year, or is there any more?
There's no other spot. Well, at the moment, there's some that we'll continue to talk to. But yeah, for the moment, for now, that's all of the news. I was Stuart, is it right to talk about the tyres?
Go for it. I was gonna say a bit at the end actually, so please go on, because there is something that Byron's offering the club from his own business. So
my business, I've got a business distributing alloy wheels and tyres, and I'm going to be able to offer the club directly to members Yokohama tyres, AO52s, Nankang, CRS and AR1s, and also the Uniroyal wet tyres, and also some Yokohama slicks. So maybe we'll do like a little mail out or something just with the contact details on. But yeah, if people do decide, do need tyres and they want to come to us for it, then we'll be able to help.
Do you know the name of the company?
Yeah, sorry, it's Automotive. That'd help, wouldn't it? Automotive Wheels is my company, and if you you'll be able to email info@automotivewheels.co.uk. I can send you, or if you email with the tyre size or model, I'll send you across the prices. We'll do free delivery on 4 tyres. We're in Rochester in Kent, so if anybody does want to come down and we bring you wheels and tyres down, we'll swap them over. We'll get the guys to swap them over. But otherwise, we'll just send them out DHL. Charge a little bit if it's 1 tyre or 2 or 3 tyres, but they should be competitive. The prices should be competitive, and they're brand new tyres that will come either directly from Yokohama, Nankang, or Uniroyal. So let us know if we can help.
Thank you very much.
Top
Thank
job.
You. That was a very handy phone call bringing you on board. We've got to manage to get everything covered.
Yeah,
it was perfect. And the question, therefore, Byron, I guess I was alluding to, is that if anybody's thinking that they would quite like to get involved as a sponsor, reach out to you. Is that the best thing to do?
Yeah, actually, I haven't got it. We'll to Stuart really, and then he can forward it on or to me. No problem.
Or even if people want to. If people want to speak to me I'll be at Donington, obviously. If you want to sometimes people just want to have a bit of a chat and a cup of tea about things. So just come and give me a shout. Or if you want to help at all, if anyone wants to just help in some way, shape or form, please just get in contact with me.
Absolutely, that's wicked. You racing this year, Byron?
Yes, I am. Well, I've got a message tonight, and I'm hopeful that the car's going to be ready for Donington. It's got no front shocks at the moment. They were off at AST for some new. I snapped a rod, for wanting a better term, but in the dampers. So they're off at AST, and but I'm going to borrow some others just to get Mark at Saxon. He's going to put some others from a Golf on, and get the car out. It's a bit of a Frankenstein state, but it'll be there.
It's all about getting out on
That's the main thing,
yeah, get out on track. Mr. Ashcroft says to you, Stu, easy Tiger. That was when you said showing his age. And Sean Morris says fair play and good work, Byron.
Cheers. Thank you.
And I agree. I think that that's the best way to do it. Anything else that you need to say from your side, Byron, mate?
No, I don't think so. I think that's everything. And yeah, looking forward to Donington, and I'll see everyone there.
Fabulous. Thank you very
Thanks
much,
again.
mate. And
Thank you.
yeah, I was going to say, Stu, from final word from you on this part.
No, just thank you for doing this for us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Fabulous.
welcome.
Byron,
Nice.
thanks, mate. And I'll see you
Yeah,
at
thanks
Donington.
so much. Cheers. See you there.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. That's pretty cool, wasn't it? Fair shout.
Yes, very cool indeed. Yeah, he's done a fantastic job. He's really been extremely helpful, and I know Ricky's watching, and I'm sure the others. So thank you, Ricky, and for just stepping in and helping us. We lost a few sponsors over the winter, and I have to say, it's you find out, certainly with Laser, we found out extremely late in the day, and it was like, you know, we have a certain budget to kind of work to just for the trophies and the laurels and stuff, right? You know, all this stuff costs money, and when that drops out, it's like, you know, we priced it as 2024 prices, as we said before, to try and keep it, because we thought we had that money to support us, and then you don't, and you're there. But anyway, Byron has kindly stepped in, and obviously Ricky and Piers and all the other people that do support us, Revolution, Burton's, you know, there's so many good people out there. Everard, of course, that give their money and just help us and keep us going. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much to all the sponsors. I always say it, that it's what gives us the sport that we love to either participate in or watch. So yeah, always say a huge thank you. Okay, mate. Donington Park.
There we go. Right. So on the 22nd, 23rd, we are racing. I've seen the timetable. For some reason, Bark wouldn't let me release the timetable. I've seen it, and it is the usual CTCRC format that I have to fight for at every single meeting, and we've got it. Qualifying Saturday morning, race Saturday afternoon, race Sunday morning, go home lunchtime-ish. And I think the last race is, I don't know, 1:30 or something. It's not late. No, everybody's getting home to have their tea. And that is
Apart
it.
from me, because I'll still be commentating until the end of the day.
You get paid for it though. There's no violin for you. So it's that's what we've got. Currently, we've got 3 grids. There's possibilities to purchase additional stuff if we need to. Should the situation arise. Currently, entry is looking a bit slow. I have been speaking to other clubs because I also always panic about everything, as you well know, Chris. And seems to be that lots of people are. Well, basically, it's 450 quid, and they don't just want to give the club 450 quid 3 weeks in advance. So I expect a lot of people up the next couple of weeks to enter. Obviously, there's another big club that are out first of all this weekend, so people tend not to enter additional races. They'll just do one at a time. If they break the car, especially with the old cars, they do break. And you know, it's a lot easier just to enter late rather than trying to get your money back and all that business. So entry will be good. Club membership's looking good at the moment. Slightly down on last year, but certainly a lot stronger than other clubs. On the Saturday night at Donington, we'll have the barbecue will be back that Mark Cholton kindly organises with for the club, and that's about it. We've got a live stream. We've got some garages as well, which will all be announced in the next week or so when we know what's going on. Grid allocation will be the usual setup. I would have thought. I've spoken to Colin. I speak to him about 3 times a day, every day, and nothing much has changed on that. You know, we're not going to do anything drastic. One thing I do want to say was we'd try and not. There was a few times last year, or certainly the last couple of years, we've tried to run pre-83 with 93, and that some drivers kind of voted with their feet, to be perfectly honest with you, because they didn't like it. So we are going to avoid that at pretty much all costs this year. It was just something we tried, and it's weird because people, as you know, as I said to you before, you find out stuff and people. If someone just rang me up and said, I'm not happy," I'll change it. But no, I didn't really know. But anyway, so that's where we are with the meeting. There's not much more to say about it, to be honest with you. Just get your entry in, because the earlier you get entries in, we said this before, didn't we? The earlier you get entries in, the easier it is for Colin and everybody else in the committee to decide where things go and what's going on. I would say there's been lots of conversations about stickers. So basically, it's a bit of a funny one at the moment where we're using a new bark entry system, and the stickers we needed to, because we changed so many sponsors, we're still printing the stickers as we speak now. Why sticker packs have not gone out to people. I believe Adam is looking at doing the sticker packs within the next week or so, but it's because we had lots of issues with sponsors and sort of not issues with people pulling out of sponsorship. And of course, we want to try and save a bit on this postage, so we'll only send out one pack when it's complete pack rather than half and all the rest of it. That's what the hold-up's been. And again, there were some questions around numbers as well. Holly was dealing with today. It was always the old rule was always in place where if you had to sign up for the club by the 1st of Feb to keep your old number. If you're looking for new numbers or you wanted to change your number, then you'd be contacted by the club about allocation. So just to clear that up a little bit, so some questions about that, which I understand because we wasn't clear. It was our own fault. But moving to the new system, it was all shiny and it was all good. But there's always going to be a few bumps on the way. So there you go.
Fair play. Paul Downs says, "Keep that famous barbecue going." So they're voting with their feet there as well for the positive.
Well, Paul Downs, he was the barbecue king back in the day, but he had some, he left us for pastures new. Sonia has just pinged me. I thought I'd get away. I was 12 minutes to go. I thought, but
Evening, Sonia.
She said, for those that didn't claim their dinner dance awards or didn't come to the dinner dance but should have won an award, please, can you come to the HU to claim them?
Yeah, because there was quite a few actually, wasn't there?
There was. And I will advertise where we are. We will be in a garage because, well, quite frankly, we've got to put the trophy somewhere. And I'll advertise where we'll be, and you can come and collect your trophy. A polite queue of people around the car park, because there's quite a few that didn't turn up to do the dance to get the trophies, but there we are.
We covered it off and we had such a good time at that awards as always.
It was good, yeah, and I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. We tried something different. We're trying everything we can to be cost effective, as you know. And, I sort of banging on about it, but let's be honest. You look at the how it is out there. Motorsport people are. It's less and less. There's just there's no getting away from it. And we tried it without a guest speaker, which I thought actually worked very well. Because sometimes I find with a guest speaker, it doesn't always go as well. Whereas this time the sort of vibe sort of kept going, and then as soon as the music came on, everybody just got up and danced, and it was brilliant. So we enjoyed it. We have penciled in a date for next year. We'll mention that, but that's already people contact you. Have to book the dinner dance this much in advance. And someone else mentioned about the AGM. Sorry, I'm a bit all over the place tonight. There's a million things to go through. So sorry, Chris. I know it doesn't ruin your flow. And that was the AGM. Not many people came to the AGM, which was a shame. It costs us money to rent the room, so we're going to go back to doing it on a WebEx, and then people who are all over the country can join, listen to what's going on, give their opinions, have an open discussion. And it is your club, it's my club, or Colin's club, or anyone's club. It's your club, and we're just the people there running it for you. And have you come and have your say, and come and make your point. So that's all I've got to cover off, I think. And just please enter Donington. It's going to be mega. It's not on the horrible Grand Prix loop, which is just it's on the normal. I didn't like it. I really didn't like it.
Really?
I didn't know. It's just weird. It just anyway, and it's on the normal layout, national layout. It's going to be mega. Just come. You know where it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting question. I don't know whether you know the answer to this, and I'm assuming it's a normal question. Wings, Wheels, and Finn says, "Good evening from Neil. Are Bark sending out paddock stickers for the support vehicle?" Does that make any sense to you?
It does. I don't think they are. I think you get one sticker, but I've not got mine yet. And it's a very good point. I'll actually ask Bark tomorrow and put something in a little, my usual weekly email that we get this time of year, because it is a pain in the bum. There's no two ways about it. It is, and it just to get used. I don't know what it is. They start to make motorsport more and more difficult for you. It's like they don't want you there. It's like sometimes I do feel like they just don't want you there. But yeah, I'll find out what we're going on with paddock stickers, etc.
Wicked. Okay. I did put it up, but I'll say it as well. Melvin Hooker said, "Dinner
Thanks,
dance
Melvin.
was a great night." Yeah, thank you, mate. I just love it. I do enjoy it with you guys. It's such a good spirit without fail. It's so much fun. Always get a horrible hangover. I don't know why, but actually I wasn't too bad this year. I don't know how, but I think I was still drunk in the morning, to be honest with you. Because we went till 4 o'clock again, I think.
You did. I went to bed at about midnight with we got the kids and everything, and I wasn't too bad. I was, I got up and I was sitting having my breakfast, and you lot all sat up having discussions about racetracks and stuff. But there we are.
I didn't. I was just sat there drinking.
I was getting my beauty sleep. That's why I got such lovely soft skin. Anyway,
I've given up on that, mate. That's long gone. Wings, Wheels, and Fins followed up by saying Donny would not let us in unless we had one last year. So yeah, that's why I was asking.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I think that we covered everything you wanted to cover there, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you again to Byron and all the sponsors and everyone for all the love and support over the winter. We're just going to get your race entries in and just come and race the best club in the country.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see you all at Donington Park. It'd be great to see everybody out on circuit, all of you off circuit. Obviously, Colin and Sonia, it'd be great to catch up with you guys as well. And it's just, for me, that's my first race meet of the year as well, which for me is just, that's such a perfect way to get it going, because it's going to be amazing cars, amazing entertainment, and a great camaraderie in the paddock beforehand. So I will see you all at Donington Park. Get everything over to these guys. Get yourself registered. Get it sorted. Let's have a cracking start to the 2025 season. Big dog. Enjoy it, mate. And as always, great fun to kick it off on the TV show, mate.
Thanks a lot, mate. Take care.
Cheers all.
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.